All right, the first thing we're going to do is construct a gamma graph. And the way we're going to do that is, see how I'm using my fingers? I'm holding the ruler in such a way that my fingers are at the top of the straight edge. My thumb is always at the bottom of the straight edge, and I'm keeping that even pressure on my straight edge. I'm lining up my straight edge with the line that I just drew so that each line is exactly 1 inch width, which is what we want because these are 1 inch width straight edges that have been pre-cut for you. Draw those 1 inches all the way across. You should have a paper that is twice as long as your drawing papers. If it's just a little bit longer, that's okay. We'll just cut it off. It'll be fine. And then you're going to fold it in an accordion style, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's a pattern, but you're just making an accordion fold, going back and forth, back and forth. So folding it forwards, folding it backwards, folding it forwards, folding it backwards. And then when you open it up, and this was just not quite cut exactly 28 inches. There we go. Then it's an accordion. And we're going to have our accordion so that the mountain, it's kind of like mountains and valleys, right? But you want the mountains to go down on the edges on our base paper. On the back of the base paper, write your name, your class, your period, your grade, all those identifying information so we can get these back to you. Then just put glue in the middle, glue on the edges. Don't need a ton of glue. That's about all the glue you need. And glue your accordion to a base piece of paper or cardstock. Set that off to the side to dry. Then on the back of your drawing, you're going to do the same measurements. You're going to take that straight edge and you are going to draw 1 inch width on your paper so that you can then cut those the same size as those folds are. Again, see how I'm very carefully drawing a straight line with a straight edge so that it all lines up. Oh, nope. I almost forgot. Label those, each one of those in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. That way, if they get mixed up, if they get, if they spill on the floor and get all mixed up, you can very easily put them back in order. Especially if you have a really complex drawing, it just makes it so you don't have to put the puzzle back together. It's a little easier to do. Cut those nicely and neatly. You want them to be as straight as possible, so take your time and make sure you are using your scissors properly. Do that for both drawings. Flip that over to the back. Carefully holding your straight edge, carefully making sure that each line is only 1 inch away from the last line that you drew. Then, of course, you're going to label all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And if you don't have 11, if you have more or less than 11 strips, get your teacher because you did something wrong. You need to figure out what's going on. All right, so you have 11 strips. You're going to cut those in nicely and neatly and keeping them in order. Now there are 2 ways to do this. I'm going to show you the first way. And that is just to grab your construction there, your animal graph, and lay them in. Of course, one image is all going to go on one side of those mountains, and the other image is going to go on the other side. So in my case, all my caterpillar images will go on the left, all my butterflies will go on the right. See how they just lay flat in there like that? And then before you glue it, test it out. Make sure that it's right because look. That's not right. That doesn't look like the caterpillar that I drew. It looks all messed up. What did I do? I don't even know what I did. I got them all out of order, upside down or backwards or something. So here's what I'm going to do to fix it. Here's another way that you can lay these out. Lay them out flat on the table like that, like a puzzle. Then lay in each piece like that. That's just another way to do it, right? So then when you test it, of course, and make sure that it looks right. And I'm going to do the same thing again with my butterfly, just because it's a little bit safer method, a little bit easier to do. Laying them all out there on the table there, and then mapping it out. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to glue them in. I'm going to use glue stick for this, but I test it out, make sure that it looks right from that end, looks right from that end. Sorry, bad camera. Okay, there we go. All right, so it's definitely working this time. So it's time to glue it in. I'm going to use glue sticks. You can use glue sticks. Glue sticks lay a little flatter, but based on the humidity of your climate, you might want to use liquid glue because it might. It's really humid where I am. I should probably just use liquid glue. My glue stick's having a little trouble. And that's it. Just glue them down. And you're good to go. All right, and that finishes it up, and test it out, make sure it looks fantastic. And one way is a butterfly, one way is a caterpillar, and it transforms, showing that life cycle. Can't wait to see yours. It will look fantastic, and you'll be so happy when you walk down the hallway and look at your transforming art.